We call it Sweet Talking Comics with Dan and Comic Book Man.
There is something out there that can help ease our simultaneous double loss.
Ritual suicide?
No, you idiot, the mall!
I prefer ritual suicide.
It's time again for a Sweet Talkin' Sweet Dan review. This time he gives the girls a chance with Black Widow 6.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
Sweet Talk with Sweet Dan, Sweet and Comic Book Man, and Comic Book Man's Video Outhouse, coming to you from alternate reality at the corner of 111 and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood, where the streets flow with beer.
And they're also blocked off for construction.
What a pain. What a
No
pain.
kidding, no kidding. Alternate reality, Owner Comics, 15% off every day for everyone, including Black Widow.
Yes!
Now, Black Widow number 6, you
Yeah.
might think, well, that's an odd choice.
Who cares,
review.
right?
New creative change. Artist and writer are brand new starting this issue. It's almost like Marvel starting the book over again. As a matter of fact, I'm sort of surprised they just didn't restart the book over.
Oh, no.
Make it a new number 1. But they didn't. They didn't. New artist, new writer, and it's Dan's book of the month on the store's website. Every month he picks a book of the month. Sometimes it's one book, sometimes it's two books that are together as a theme. But this month he picked Black Widow number 6. Dan, how's the book?
I was really, really surprised by how much I like this. This wasn't originally going to be my book of the month. This wasn't originally going in my buy pile. Luckily, I was able to grab it, read it, and it surprised the hell out of me.
Right.
Black Widow, not a character I've ever really cared about. She was always just a really badass chick who hung out with a lot of superheroes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She was always the badass. I've got a gun. I'm gonna shoot this dude while Sentry's beating the crap out of him, and hopefully that'll help a little bit. But when you think about it, she probably should be the baddest chick in the Marvel universe because she hangs with superheroes. Now she's an Avenger. You know what I mean? What I got was not high superhero adventure. It wasn't girl fights where they kick and their skirt goes up and you get the little panty shots that a lot of people try to do with the cheesecake girl action that I'm so opposed to. I ended up getting a really solid espionage-based story. High action.
You got a great primer on what you can do with an ice pick and an eyeball.
Right? Yeah. I thought that I thought that the book it snuck up on you from the first page because you're not really sure what's going on, and the story just kind of takes you in every direction. This dude, important political figure, son of an important political figure is with some chick at some bar. You think the chick's gonna be the Black Widow and she's gonna end up getting one over on him. And then some dude shows up and the dude says, no, the girl's going to kill you. And then the girl says, no, the dude's going to kill you. And you're like, what is going on? Where is this going? And the whole time, Dwayne Swazinski manages to pull a fast one on me. I was had.
Oh, yeah.
I was had. And by the last page, I'm like, this is a new must read. This is replacing a book I'm pulling off my pull list and going on my pull list.
What book was that you picked?
Skull Kickers.
Oh, okay.
I'm not buying Skull Kickers anymore. I'm buying this. Manuel Garcia, the artist, masterfully handles making chicks look hot, dudes look kind of dorky and yet still serious, and then the action messed me up.
Messed you up.
When the girl takes the girl's face and slams it into the wall of the bathroom, and her face is, I was like, that's intense.
But she gets better because then she's like a real bitch in the car.
Well, of course. I mean, you always get better.
She gets better.
You're just smashing somebody's face into a wall. But no, seriously. I think Dwayne Swazinski really gets that this is a chick who holds her own with the toughest, strongest people of the Marvel Universe. Yeah. This is a chick who dates Captain America. Yeah. You know what I mean? She is Iron Man's go-to spy chick. Yeah. There's potential for a movie to be made. They've talked about that coming out of the Iron Man 2 stuff. I don't know that I'm for that, but I'm for establishing the character in comics first. And I don't know that that's. I gotta be honest. I never had an interest in the character.
What Marvel's interested in is getting some trade paperbacks out there to sell for the character. When the movie actually comes out, now there's enough backstock out there where you can put together a handful of really good trades. But I think what they'd like to have is some premiere stuff that they can stick out there and say, you know, this is just like the character in the movie, okay, and you should read this because it's really good. And that's the main reason why they did this, because the creative team before this on
Right.
the book was okay,
Marjorie Liu and Daniel Acuna.
but wasn't quite as good as what this has turned out to be with the first issue.
I was literally blown away by it. This is the first part of a 3-issue arc, which is going to lead into a crossover with Jim McCann's Hawkeye and Mockingbird.
Right.
It was supposed to be one of those 1 issues in Widow, 1 issues in Hawkeye and Mockingbird. Now it's its actual own miniseries.
Okay.
Because that's how Marvel does it. They put the screws to you for the $3.99 instead of doing it in $2.99 books. I'm just glad that Dwayne Swarzynski is one of these guys. Him, Hickman,
Yeah.
Van Lente,
Okay.
Slott.
Right.
This almost undercurrent of Marvel writers that aren't getting the big,
Well,
huge
they're not
stuff.
they're not the A team, they're the B team on the book.
Jeff Parker also.
But they're a very strong B team.
Oh, they're the strongest, and
Yeah.
and they're really establishing the layers underneath the top selling books.
If your Bendis's and Brubakers and are up in the A team, if they're
Yeah.
up at the top level, these guys are your second stringers, and they're really good. That's
Super
not,
solid.
That's not dissing them.
No, and by no means. I mean, Swarzynski has written some great books, but I mean Parker, Van Lente, Slott, Gage. I said somebody else too, and now I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, Hickman. These are all guys that have really great comic book writing ideas, and they're bringing them to Marvel, and they're using them to build up characters that haven't gotten a lot of play. I mean, I would have never known that I'd like this book if Swarzynski didn't write it. So that's what sort of drew me to it. So if you're not reading Black Widow, if you're not reading books about badass chick characters where they're not giving you crotch shots every other page because that's all they have,
Yeah.
you're missing out. You need to grab it. It's $2.99.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Very accessible.
very accessible and definitely a good jumping on
Not
point.
just price, but story.
My book of the month. You need to read it. It's going on my pull list for sure.
Okay. That's it. We're done with Finished We're Out of
That's
here. You can read more of Dan's reviews, though, more of his Book of the Month reviews and more of his other reviews at the store's website. And, of course, that's with our own badass chick.
Yeah!
Yeah! Kick it, Sarah!
You know, eventually you're gonna have to do this yourself. www.myalternatereality.com.
God, she scares the hell out of me. So anyway, stop over to the store's website, check out all Dan's reviews, and until next time, this is Comic Book Man
It's Sweet Dan Sweet.
saying bye!
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.